Welcome to the Love Coach in My Pocket podcast. I'm Whitney Kobrin, a dating and relationship expert and love coach, but I wasn't always an expert. Far from it. After battling years of heartbreak, I finally cracked the code to love. And now I'm here to share that hard-earned wisdom with you. You're in for a treat, getting the guidance you never learned growing up. Whether you're here for practical dating tips, expert relationship advice, or deep talks on healing, this podcast is your go-to resource for lasting love. Get ready to feel uplifted, inspired, and empowered in your love life. You might think that we are defined by the big moments in our life. And while those do have an impact, we are the person that we are daily. So it's our daily habits that define us more than anything. So I'm so excited to introduce you to my guest today. Manny grew up an active kid, playing sports, being outside. And then in college, he studied uh, kinesiology, sports medicine at Fresno State. And he got really curious about how the body works and started working with athletes, eventually started working with the general population and just helping people with their health and fitness. And eventually, this led him to creating his business, Daily Fit Boost, which is all about doing a little bit every day, being in that habit and just seeing massive results because of just even putting in a little bit of effort every day. And so he has amassed a large library of fitness tutorials and motivation to help you keep your exercise routine, and he's been doing this for the greater part of 15 years now with the mission to bring fitness made simple to those of us who need it. So welcome, Manny. I'm so glad to have you here with us.
Sorry, hello, can you hear me?
Yes,
Sorry,
hello.
I was on mute. Thank you for having me and thank you for the introduction. Sorry about that. And yeah, I'm super excited to be on and just share about how we can make fitness simple for your listeners today. I'm excited to be on.
Yeah. And I love how when we talked and you shared your story about how you got into this and why you do this and how you got into fitness personally, it was very integrated and interwoven with your love story and the happy relationship that you have. So I'd love for you to just walk us through a little bit how you got to this place and how those two stories come together.
Yeah, that's very interesting, Whitney, because it wasn't until you asked me the question the last time we spoke, or I didn't realize how I met my wife and my passion for love kind of intertwined. Long story short, my wife and I are both from California. That's when we first met. We'd always been friends, but sometimes one person likes the other a little bit more than the other, and that's okay. And so I initiated, let her know how I felt, and she was running track. So she was already in really good shape. We had ironically worked at the same gym though, and she just wanted to be friends, which is fine. And it's so funny. I think 6 years later, it came about full circle to where she had moved out of town, traveled the world doing missionary stuff, and so we had actually fell out of contact. And then lo and behold, we had ran into each other 6 years later. I hosted an ugly Christmas sweater. At the time, I hosted an ugly Christmas sweater with some friends at the house, and as a tradition, and it was around that time. So I invited her, and then we just kind of went from there. But without question, it's so interesting. The thing that was highlighted when we were talking about it earlier was that I realized that I found the love of my life, my wife Clarissa, doing what I enjoy doing, which is taking care of myself, lifting heavy things, sweating, and just being active, which is a big part of who I am. So it makes sense that I found my wife somebody that I can call a life partner doing the same thing. It makes a lot of sense the way that it played out for me. Fortunately, I feel very lucky.
Yeah, that's so beautiful. I love it. And so you got into fitness. You said that you kind of changed your confidence and just kind of things changed between you guys after you got into fitness, right?
Yeah, it was so interesting. So going back to the story, when I first met her, I wasn't in nearly the shape that I was 6 years later when we ran into the gym. But when I first met her, I think I was at a place in my personal fitness to where I worked at the gym because I was just getting into to lifting weights and getting the hang of it. And so I just, you kind of said it during the intro, the power of doing something and investing a little bit each day. And that's literally what I did. And I remember when I first went to the gym, I only was comfortable doing the dumbbell curl, which is a basic arm exercise. But that was the only, I didn't want to look like a noob in the gym when I first started working out, which is around the time we met. So I wasn't the same size, and I would just go in and do my, do one or two exercises I'm comfortable with. But lo and behold, it developed these big size arms, and genetics plays a part in it. But like for anybody, their arms would have grew like doing the exercise that I was doing. And this was a powerful thing for me because it happened without me knowing. So that really, I don't know, maybe subconsciously cultivated like, okay, fitness is not as hard as it needs to be. But anyways, yeah, to your point, fast forward 6 months later, I was in a different area as far as my physique, but also my confidence, because I started to get compliments on something that I started to do effortlessly and that I enjoyed. And so when those stars align, I mean, it's a wrap. I eventually went full time into personal training at that same gym, started out, and yeah, the rest is history. Confidence is a big part, as you know. I know as far as like, especially for males too, especially for males. Intrinsic confidence that's not reliant on extrinsic, how women feel about you or a judgment that they may make. Like, I think women are really good at sensing when a guy is confident. I think the second time around, she may have sensed that on top of the physique.
Yeah, yeah, you bring up a good point there too. For a lot of guys, their value has been wrapped up in how many girls you can pull in, and if you've
Right.
got game, or if you have a partner. And it's like, no, you need to be confident and valuable already, no matter what, no matter who you have. And it helps.
If I had never met my wife, I'd still be working out, just at a different gym because we don't live in California anymore. But I absolutely still be doing what I enjoy. Great point.
Yeah. So, how did that take you into building your business, Daily Fit Boost?
Yeah, so around the same time, my parents were that back when I first had met my wife and I was getting into fitness. My parents, I didn't live in the same. I lived in Bakersfield, which is 2 hours north of LA, and my parents lived in LA area. They're just retired and they wanted to go to the gym, and I remember my mom telling me that she wanted to get a gym membership, and I don't remember where I was, but I remember being like genuinely excited, like really, they're like in their 60s, pushing on 70s. And I thought it was just so cool that even at the even in retirement age they want to invest. So at this time I'm really getting into like fitness and really just honing into this passion that I have. But I'm in a different city, so I can't help them as well as as well as I wish I could have. And so a lot of people, they're just not, maybe like my parents' situation, aren't able to afford a personal trainer. It takes a lot of courage to want to go to the gym publicly and work out as a noob. Like I said, I wasn't confident. I just stuck to one exercise when I was in public. But it really fired up a burning desire, and empathy for me for others who wanted to make that investment in themselves and just didn't know where to start. So I always look at fitness as two things. There's two types of people who don't work out. Those who don't want to work out because they don't enjoy it, and those who would, but just need the tools, the accountability, a lot of the services I provide in order to stay consistent along their fitness journey. So I try to bridge the gap between that person that says, hey, I was doing so well for 3 weeks and then such and such life event happened and I haven't worked out again in 2 years. It's not that you didn't want to work out. You just needed some guidance along the way. So that's what I try to provide. And that, again, the motivation for Daily Fit Boost started with my parents at that moment.
That's so cool
Yep.
that, yeah, that they could inspire you in that. And so why daily? What's the importance of daily, and what's the difference of skipping? And are you a no days off person, or are you a, okay, take a day off but get right back in?
These are fantastic questions because they get into the heart root of the issue. I started off, so Daily Fit Boost, the name Daily Fit Boost came because I started on my Instagram and I would put out, I mean, just burning passion. I would put out fitness content and stretching videos literally every single day. And I did it for 33 straight weeks. I don't know how many months that is, like 5 or 6 or so months. And I found out that it wasn't sustainable, but the message of Daily Fit Boost was, which is the point of Daily Fit Boost is to do a little bit each day along your fitness journey. And so with sustainability, I noticed that, okay, it's not as far as just biting off a big chunk and going in for a 2 hour workout. No, it's, you know, doing 3 20-minute workouts in a row and building that momentum and seeing how that feels. And so I know that you have your techniques with your clients and things that you give your clients as far as small things to practice each day. And I just flip that and do that fitness as well too. We're going to build you that sense of accomplishment that you need, whether it's a deep breathing day, whether it's stretch day, a home workout, an exercise activity. And everything that we do is centered around something that's important to you. So I don't make just, pre-templated programs. Do 3 push-ups, do 12 jumping jacks, blah, 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 blah. It's like, no, I have a blank slip template right here, and you're going to tell me how to fill it in with your availability, your equipment, what's important to you, the times where you're able to do. And we're going to go over your history and see some of the past things that really interfered with you accomplishing your goals. And that's how we can kind of intertwine. It's very hard. I mean, you would know this as well, too. It's very hard to have a client and not be a part of their lives. I know my clients' pets' names because when you're building somebody's habits from the inside out, there's just no way around it. So I really just enjoy working with people and try to hone in on that. Hope I answered the question.
Yeah, that's really cool, and it's like, have you read the book Atomic Habits?
Oh yeah, twice.
Yeah, yeah, me too.
Yeah.
So I'm just hearing a lot of those tips and those tools because the information is out there, right? If someone wants to work out, the information's out there. I have been keeping like I started not just a vision board, but a little vision book where I was putting clips and things from magazines for years. And I just looked at it and I have all these like pages torn out of Self magazine or some workout magazine of like the perfect exercises. And I'm like, I've been sitting on this for 15 years and not doing these. I'm like, I'm going to do these. And I pulled it out and it was like, we live in the information age. There's information everywhere. There's free stuff on YouTube and do this and do that. But what really makes the magic happen is that accountability.
Yep.
And it's like you could get all the information and you can know all the things, but if you don't actually step up and do it, which requires like that cheerleading mentality, right? That getting excited about it. Because as soon as we miss a workout, go, oh, and I feel bad
Right.
about it, we get demotivated and fall off of that. So I think that's so important. Like, I love that you have that focus on daily activity.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's something that I teach in my programs too. A lot of the work, I teach people the practical skill of how to date, how to meet people in person in this modern age, how to use online dating effectively. But a lot of it is also the inner work and the personal growth, because when we become the best version of ourselves, we naturally attract the best ideal partner for us. And when I first started, it was really a struggle to get people to practice. I do a practice called Feminine Flow, which is an embodiment for women, helps them tap into their feminine if they're looking to attract a masculine partner, but they don't do it. And so I've created an app, and now I actually have the tracking in the app. So even if I'm not talking to them and pushing them every day, it's like I can look that week and see what they've accomplished. And so it's been really interesting to be able to integrate the technology with the tools and the system and the growth and the relationship. Like, I love what you said about how you just get to know people, and if you're seeing them work out, their pets are going to come around and be there. And I think that helps people to know, right, that you have their best interest in mind, that you're not just like giving them some canned thing that you give to everybody, but we all have a bit of a unique body type and a unique set of goals and needs.
This segues right into a topic I like to talk about, which is what's your why. And as you were mentioning how you used a software integration to better connect and keep track and accountability of your clients, which I think is a great idea. Something that I've struggled, or something I've learned from past struggles, is that whenever I've had a client that doesn't know exactly why they're doing it, even though we talk about it, that's when kind of like that decline starts. And so as part of my accountability, I'm always reinforcing their goals every single week, whether it's my individual class or my group accountability class. I'm always reinforcing why they're doing it. And sometimes that can change, and that's fine. But if I'm giving you a set of deadlifts to do and you don't remember that it's because you want to be able to pick up some garden tools without straining your back this time, then that's kind of where. So I'm always trying. I'll even name like this one my latest client. He's an attorney. He goes snow skiing all the time, and he wants stronger hips to go snow skiing. So what do I name his first workout? The hipster strongman. And so yeah, hipster strongman. So that way he's always reinforced. So I think we have important jobs, and like you said, getting into our clients' lives and really helping them to attach their whys with their goals and bridge that gap. I really like what we do. You do a great job with that.
Thank you. Yeah, and you and I both love to bring in playfulness and lightheartedness, and I love how you just kind of made that fun and silly, and we need to do that. Like, for a lot of people, dating is a nightmare and it's scary and it's not fun, and I try to make it a more fun, interesting, better experience for them and keep their spirits up along the way, because it can be really disheartening. And I think the same with working out. If people just jump in and try to do too much too soon and then they're sore and they feel like crap, it's just going to be very demotivating. So I love how they can, do a little bit every day and keep track of those goals and the why. I just found out that one of my older family members, has broken a lot of bones and has developed osteoporosis, and I'm like, "Oh, maybe I should start thinking about these things."
Yeah, exactly.
It's no longer just we're working out to look good. Like, that's a great benefit, but there really are so many health concerns, especially as we get older, and the stress that we're under and the release and all that. Um, I'm because I work with women so much, I'm really interested in how our cycle plays a part in our life and all of this. So I've started to really schedule my life and know where I'm going to be in my cycle, and it's made such a big difference. So I love how you have not only the intense workout, but you also have like the breathing days or the
Yeah.
stretching days. Cause I know, some days are just better than others, or we might be tired. But also, when it comes to women and our cycle, like, there are certain days where we just will not want to get up and do a whole big workout. But yet, what's the value of having just even a slow workout day or a breath day?
Yeah, great question. So I like to look at my workout setup as my weekly layouts as a snowball effect, meaning nothing that you do for one day in a nutshell is going to drastically change your life. But if you stick to doing these little things that they're all built to supplement a healthy lifestyle, whether it's deep breathing, stretching day, one of the days are a journal reflection day, which is pretty much like your rest day. You have activity dice boxes, to your point, as far as making it fun and doing all these fitness games, and it's all geared towards a small investment. So if I can, you talk about aesthetics just now and how like a lot of people are just have more superficial goals, right? If I can make someone's aesthetics a byproduct or maybe a surprise of their true goal, their real why of why they want to do it, then that's game. I mean, we're rolling at that point. But it does take a while to get there. And so what I notice is that um, we as humans, we have there's like a subconscious, like almost like a fight or flight resistance if we perceive something too hard. This is where procrastination comes in. This is why we procrastinate, because it can almost feel like threatening, like we don't want to do it. We'll do it when we have to. And
Mhm.
so I try to reverse that. I try to make it so short and simple. I'll use the word never loosely, but usually I won't give a workout that's over 20 minutes, because me as a busy person, as an entrepreneur, I'm just a new dad now from 2 months ago. I don't want to have to dedicate more than 20 to 30 minutes of my time a couple of times a week just to stay healthy. I don't think it's that necessary. I would much rather have the client who comes in and does 3 15-minute workouts a day than one that smashes a PR 2 hour workout and sweating and drenching. Because if you ask that person to do that workout again, they're not going to really feel like doing it. So I have to you brought up Atomic Habits. Another good book that's similar to that is Mini Habits, where I'll take somebody's goal. I'll take a push-up and break it down into 3 workouts, right? First workout is push-up position. Second workout is getting your shoulders ready. And third, we're going to go out all the way down. That way a person's getting that snowball sense of accomplishment as they gradually reach their goals. Yep.
That's so smart. Yeah, I love how you've integrated just how the brain works
Oh
to
yeah,
get
it's a whole bunch.
people
Yeah.
to stick to this routine and do this. I'm excited. Yeah, and you offer this the digital course for only $100, right?
So I'll talk about that. That's my daily fit handbook. This is my life's work, my pride and joy. I did I recorded 8 weeks, and what I wanted to do with this was I wanted to, going back to my parents' story in the beginning, I wanted people to have who are in my parents' position, like maybe a personal trainer in your pocket. And so that's what the Daily Fit Handbook is. You were going step by step, and I record every day. I record a 1 to 2 minute vlog video. It's called a quick boost, and I'm talking about different fitness topics that's on my mind. I think week 2, day 7. I don't know. Maybe my wife and I got into an argument or something, and I wasn't in the mood, but I have to record it. Now I didn't miss a single day. I took it step by step, and I want to put myself through the shoes of someone who randomly said, for the next 2 months, I want to do something healthy every single day. That's all it is. And so I take your I template into a regimen. And what I wanted to talk about earlier that I forgot to talk about is the importance of flexibility. So you talked about your women who you work with and their cycles, and everybody's on a track for something. And there's inevitably going to be contradictions, but with the handbook, what you want to do is you want to remain flexible. And that's, I teach that all throughout all 8 weeks, so that when you inevitably miss a workout, so did I. And this is what I did to kind of, maybe I switched days for that week. And so again, I think the best way to sum it up for the handbook is a personal trainer in your pocket. Yes, it's $100 one-time fee, lifetime access, and it's through the school app. And so you can have on demand. There's also 16, it also comes with 16 workouts, 2 workouts a week. So if you have some free time and you wanted to do a cool workout, I usually have my Zoom background with all my features and animations with the handbook, but they're really cool workouts. They have alternative exercises. So one of my big things is do what you can. You don't necessarily have to do the exercises and keep up with me, but just stay moving with me, and I show you different ways to do that. It's super engaging.
Yeah, I love
Yeah,
it. That's so good. And I'm so excited to jump in and start doing that because
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
I'm
It's
like
much
a
fun.
dabbler worker outer where I have not been in the habit lately of doing it consistently, and I need to get back into it. And one of the whys that I have discovered is I've been learning a lot about polyvagal theory and our nervous system regulation, and have discovered that we not only go into fight or flight, but we can also go into shutdown mode, which is just
Mhm.
like too much fight or flight makes us shut down. And so I was in this state where I was often not feeling stressed, but I was just kind of shut down. And I have learned that I don't need more meditation and relaxing in those moments. I actually need to activate and to
Mhm.
build energy. And you could do that through meditation as well with certain practices, but the working out is what actually like kicks my nervous system in gear. And we're all a little bit different, and some people live more in the fight or flight mode of like frenetic energy, and some live more in the depressive kind of down energy, but there is a healthy middle, which is where we need to be most of the time. And these little tiny daily workouts, holy crap, like it is so good. We don't even think about how good it is for our nervous system and our emotional regulation, but it, beyond the muscles and the looks and so many health benefits, there's still that other piece, right?
Yeah, and going back to the snowball analogy, what I notice with clients is um, most people don't enjoy. I feel like I'm an outlier. I actually enjoy working out, like the whole thing, right? Most people don't. Most people actually like the sense of accomplishment after working out, and so that's why I try to make things that are. That's why I try to make it so that it's reachable even within a busy schedule. The heartbeat of the handbook is for the person who can't reach the gym but again, like we were talking about earlier, would still like to work out. And so I provide this 8-week handbook that gives you a little bit to do each day right there in your dashboard. You don't have to think about anything. And it's just it's a really cool way, no equipment needed, to really just work out wherever you're at. You can even travel with it. So
And you say handbook, but it's like a digital app that has video.
it's a digital app on the phone. I call it handbook because I kind of look at it as a teaching course. But yeah, it's all on the app. You can hook it up to your laptop or TV and get down with these workouts. It's super fun.
That's so cool. And then if they want more help, they can work with you in other ways, right?
Yeah. So the way I look at it, and thanks for a segue and get the way I look at it is the handbook gets you started, and my fitness accountability groups, which are month to month, they're a bit more, that keeps you going. And so my fitness accountability group, I'm building it up. We kick things off actually next month. I'm super excited about it. And the way I look at it is, the best time to start a fitness routine if you want to work out is when you don't have the time to do it. And that's the way I look at it. You just kind of have to jump in. It's kind of like having a kid, right? You can try to perfectly time when the best time, but like nobody can predict 9 months. COVID can happen, right?
Yeah.
And so you just have to jump right in with fitness. And as I became a father this summer, I was starting to think, wow, my life is about to change. My schedule, my free time is going to be altered, even my sleeping patterns. And again, like if I didn't meet my wife, I'd still be working out. Like I still want to work out. And so in this accountability group, I'm also a member of it. I look at it as the AA of fitness, meaning we meet once a week. I design everyone's programs based on their goals and what's important to them. And then we meet once every week and we say, hey, my name is Ted. This is my goals. This is what I've been working on. And then and this is what I'm struggling on. And we just kind of come together. Every person is assigned an accountability partner. And then I reach out to each person a week just to see that everything is going well. And it's just something cool and fun with our group and fitness activities that we can kind of get together in this private, close-knit group where we can kind of build like a fitness safe space and really share about our struggles and do all these group activities and walking challenges. So that's the fitness accountability group. I look at it as a graduated progression from the handbook, even though you don't have to do the handbook first. It just kind of goes hand in hand with my fitness services.
Awesome. And then you
Yeah.
do one-on-one things as well.
And then I do have a few one-on-one slots for those who just like, I need a bit more privacy. I do have a few of those slots as
Yeah.
well for accountability.
Yeah, it's so cool. It's just so cool what you're doing, and I love your story and your energy, and I love that you're able to just share your spark for this. Like I think I have a spark for dating that a lot of people don't have, and I love to share that with people, and that was what really resonated with you and meeting you was just your spark and what you're able to share with people because we need that
Yeah.
inspiration to
Yeah.
and sometimes a gentle tug, right? We don't need a kick in the ass all the time. We just need
Right.
a
Yeah.
gentle
Yeah.
push,
It's client by
gentle tug,
client.
like
Some do, but most don't. Most don't.
yeah, I always say we gotta lead with compassion and love
Yeah.
and not be too hard on ourselves, but
Right.
also leading with compassion helps us to be more disciplined because we recognize I'm worth this. I do wanna live a long life. I do wanna be healthy. I do wanna reach my potential. I do wanna be all those things. And I love the weekly accountability of just reminding ourselves of what our goal is, what our commitment is, and if we fall off track, just get back on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. So how
Amen.
can people reach you, Coach Manny?
Yeah, if you would like to set up an accountability and session and just talk, I think I provided the Calendly link, and then also you can reach me directly through email at dailyfitboost@gmail.com, and let's just talk. I mean, the reason I have multiple services and products is that I really try to find something for everyone that I feel is fair and effective. So that's a great place to start. And those would probably be the main two ways to contact me. And then I'm on social media, Instagram at Daily Fit Boost.
All right, awesome. We'll put the links in the description so people can find you on Instagram or send you a message, go to your website. And
Can I say one more thing, Whitney? Just
yeah,
a couple of seconds. If you would like just free fitness tips, and anything that as far as like fitness motivation, I also have a free school. Just sign up. It's at school skool.com/DFC, and DFC stands for the Daily Fit Club. And on there, I post a whole bunch of free fitness resources. There's archives and stretches and all sorts of things that you can have free at your disposal. Great
That's
place to
so
start.
amazing. What a great gift.
Yeah. Yeah.
All
This has
right.
been a great gift. Thank you for this. This setup is really awesome, very professional, and it's cool to find to run into the female version of myself in your own field. You're killing it as well. I really love what you do. As you were sharing it, I was like, COVID had to have been a disaster because I know with the dating life
I
during
mean,
that era.
it was a disaster for dating. It sparked an epidemic of loneliness. We
Yeah.
need physical touch to regulate ourselves, like, as humans. We're tribal creatures, and there were people that were completely isolated and didn't even touch another human for years. And
Yeah.
a lot of people are slow to come back out of this, and yeah, it's definitely taken a toll on our relationships, but,
Yeah.
thankfully, people are coming out of it again and starting to get together again, and we need each other in our lives. We need healthy relationships, healthy people, and I think it all starts with ourselves and choosing healthy daily habits for ourselves.
Yeah. For sure. Completely agree.
Awesome. All right. Thank you so much, Coach Manny, for being here, and I will talk to you again soon.
Thanks for having me. Take care and good luck. Kill it the rest of this year with your clients. I appreciate it, Whitney.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Love Coach in My Pocket, where we talk about love, dating, relationships, healing, and all sorts of topics related to these. Don't forget also to download the Love Coach in My Pocket app from the App Store for tons of free resources to support you on your journey.